Hi there, we're here today to talk about booth sales. The initial sale is over, and we're in that in between time before our booth sales start. This is a great time to prep for the rest of your sale. So, today we're going to revisit your goals. We'll look at delivery day and planning your booth sales. We want to make sure you know how to use those goal getter cards and how to enter your covered orders. Now, what do we mean by revisiting your goals? Well, let's take a look and see that your girls are on track after the initial sale for what they hope to do with what they earn for cookies. Now, girls can learn a very important lesson here. Goals can change. They might need to change or they might want to change them. After the initial sale, if they're not quite on track, well, what are their options? If they are on track, be sure everyone is reminded of their tasks. And if they're beyond their goal, well, maybe they can make more plans because they are rocking their sale. Help your girls to revisit their goals and make sure everyone is primed for success. Delivery day. Now make sure you know where your pickup is and what time you need to be there. If you have a large order, you might need to arrange for more than one vehicle. Possibly you might need to delegate another adult to help facilitate your pickup. Just coordinate with your CPSC. If you're sending somebody else, make sure she's aware of that. Remember, many of the delivery sites are businesses letting troops pick up cookies for a short window of time, so please be sure to be prompt when you pick up. Now, when you do pick up, you're going to want to count what you're taking with your CPSC. You'll sign your receipt, you'll keep your receipt, and so will the CPSC. When you distribute the cookies to your girls' parents, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to count, and recount. Make sure that the parents sign the receipt for what they are keeping, what they are taking, and you're going to keep your copy of their signature. You should have a pad that came in your troop packet in the big manila envelope. If you do need one of these receipt pads, just let us know at the office. Now, you're going to also remind parents what your payment timeline is. If you're not meeting regularly, you're going to want to set a date that you can have a short meetup just to be able to have girls turn money in. You wouldn't want families to have the whole amount of money that they owe for the duration of the sale. You're going to want to have them turn it in so that you can get it into the bank. It's safe to do this. It's safer practice. It's also getting you prepared for the upcoming sweeps. So make sure that you're collecting payments on a periodic basis during the sale. When you are getting ready for your booth sales, you're going to want to double check any permissions that are necessary, any permits for the particular town that you're having your sale. Check with your CPSC for their advice. And if you're looking for a location outside your service unit, your CPSC will check with the product sale coordinator in the particular service unit that you are focused on. So just coordinate with your product sale coordinator as far as your location. Now let's take a look at maximizing your troops' sales. This little troop here pictured is just fine. They show that they're Girl Scouts, they have cookies on their table, and they have great smiles. For some of those smaller Dunkin' locations, this might be all you're going to have room for. But if you've got a bigger area, let's see what we could add to help maximize a booth sale. If your location will allow, add a little dimension. You can very easily take flagpoles and duct tape them to the edges of your tables, put them in the stand, and then secure them to the table and put a little cloth over it. It helps give your display height, and you can string a banner or posters or some little flags across the top, whatever the girls want. Add the price of your cookies, and then littlebrownie.com has some fun clip art that you can add if you want to add some great cookie images. The kids always like that. Bright colors will make your table more visible. Again, if space allows, Add a theme. Now, the girls on the left are planning a big trip or a couple of trips, so they want to have a little bit of a Dr. Seuss theme, which is really kind of fun. Now, the chefs on the right have printed out some recipe cards from littlebrownie.com, and they're letting their customers know that there's lots more to do with Girl Scout cookies than just sitting down and having a sweet treat. Customers just may buy a few more of those packages to try some of those recipes out. Props and signs are always fun. Now, you again gauge what your location will allow and have the girls be creative, showing that they're selling their Girl Scout cookies. Decorating doesn't have to be expensive. Use whatever you've got in your resources, whether it be yours or some parents or your co-leaders. Use whatever resources are available. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You might want to try something very different this year. We've had a lot of troops who have a great time with drive-through sales. You'd want to start to plan for that now. Start planning for that now. There's a little more to organize for logistics with these drive-throughs, such as getting safety cones, probably a pop-up, which is going to be very visible, and probably larger signs or banners. But the visibility is great and customers love the convenience. So if you need a little more help planning a drive-through, check with your CPSC or give us a call at the office. Now, here are some tips for a better booth sale. Have girls participate in shifts, 3 to 4 at one time. Most businesses don't want more girls than that at a booth sale. If you have a large troop, either have them work in short shifts or have one date set for some of your girls, have another date set for the other girls who want to participate in a booth. Have two adults present. One should be your trained troop leader. And as any troop event, your guideline would be to have two adults present. Use signs at your booth sale. Make sure you're telling customers your goals. What are the girls doing with cookie money? Display your price. Display your gift of caring. Some who don't want to consume the cookies will certainly want to support you and have an option for that. You'll also want to display any payment option. For example, if you choose to offer credit card payments. Let's talk about that. This is something troops are finding to be a benefit for their sales. You'll need to connect with Square or any other mobile credit card company. You'll set up an account with them and download their app. They'll most likely supply you with a reader that you plug into your phone, and once in the app, you connect the mobile account to your troop bank account. Then every transaction you swipe through the reader will automatically post to your troop bank account. Now there is a transaction fee, but you will likely find that customers will buy many more packages if they can pay with a credit card. So do discuss it with the girls. Explain that there is a fee that your troop will incur. But if you do offer this to your customers, be sure to display a little credit card placard on your booth table so that customers know they can pay with a credit card for their favorite cookies. Now, girls do have a mobile app that's connected to their digital stores. This is different than the other types of apps and should be used by the girls individually to share their digital store, or they can take a payment for cookies in hand with this app. Let us know if your girls need more help with this, and we'll be most happy to help you. Now that the initial order is complete, girls can continue to sell cookies on goal getter sheets. You should have some there. Should be they're downloadable on the website as well. Leaders will fulfill these orders with cookies they get from a cupboard. Girls can certainly continue to reach out to customers this way, in addition to booth sales and their digital cookie stores. So make sure you're handing these out now at this point to your girls. Now, let's talk about getting those cookies from a cookie cupboard. In eBuddy, click on the Transaction tab and click Add a Transaction. You'll see a pop-up come up, and there's a pull-down field that you'll select the cupboard you plan on going to. Their hours of operation should appear on the transaction pop-up, and then click the empty field near the word Pickup. A calendar will appear. Click on the day you are picking up your cookies. It needs to be within your cupboard hours, and then use the slider bar to select the hour and the slider bar to edit the minutes that you'd like to get to the cupboard. Now, do remember the cupboard may need to adjust that time slightly if they have others arriving at the same time. Just know that you're going to enter your uh, optimum time, and the cupboard may have to contact you to make that change. Next, add the product you want. Order in full cases. You can order a mixed case as well, as long as it adds up to a full case. You cannot return a mixed case, but you can order a full case. If you're not sure where your cupboard is, click on the Map It button, and Google Maps will show you right where the cupboard is. Also, keep the information that will populate in the contact box. If someone else is picking up cookies for you, put their information in that box as well. It's very important for the cupboard folks to have the information in that box. When you're all done, click OK. Then you're going to click Save on the next screen. Now, just so that you know, if it after your booth sale, if you do need to return any cookies, you can return up to 25% of this transaction, on the next business day. So double check if you're picking it up on a Friday, you would be able to return up to 25% on that following Monday. Once you do click OK, your transaction will remain pending until you pick it up from the cupboard. So if you know you've got a booth sale coming up in, say, 2 weeks, definitely go ahead and put that transaction in early. You just want to make sure it's in no later than Monday on the week that you're picking up. It is helpful for us to see if you've got a big booth sale coming up. We'd like to know because we want to check every week all of the pending orders to make sure each cupboard has the right supply of cookies. Now, here's a recap for the rest of our sale. The initial orders will be delivered to service units in a window of time between the 16th and 25th. Troops, as I said before, check with your CPSC for your pickup time. Cookie cupboards are open as of the 15th and ready for business. The 23rd to 25th of February, that's National Cookie Weekend, and there's going to be lots of media and advertising on the national scale. So if you want to sort of piggyback on all of that excitement, definitely have a booth sale over that weekend. January 1st to the end of March or March 25th, is our entire sale. Through the 23rd, Girls Digital Stores will be open for business, and we say a day or so shy of the very end of the sale, only so that it will assure that those final transactions do post to the girls. Sometimes there's a little delay in that credit card posting. So if you want to assure your girls are getting credit for those digital sales, remind your customers to please make their transactions at least through the 23rd or maybe early on the 24th. The 25th would be the day that our sale actually concludes. Our next webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about late booth sales and what that all means. The cupboards will close on the 26th. That would be the last day for those final transactions to have any returns. And then troop leaders should have all of their rewards complete in eBuddy by March 28th. So zero out your difference row and make sure your rewards are applied by the 28th. And we'll talk more about what that means, what that term zeroing out your difference row means in another webinar. Next webinar, February 21st, we're going to talk a little bit more about some other booth sales. For example, the late booth sales, maybe mom and me booth sales, those kinds of things. We'll talk about recording your sales. We want to make sure that you have posted what your sale results were in eBuddy through the app or in eBuddy. And we'll also want to make sure that you're planning for those cookie sweep, those ACH sweep. We know how excited girls are during Girl Scout cookie time. If you need any help during the sale, contact us at customer care at girlscoutsgwm.org. Thank you for all you're doing to help your girls have an awesome Girl Scout cookie sale.